Do you hate feeling stressed? Every entrepreneur I know does, but the thing is, if you don't learn how to deal with it, you're just digging your business an early grave and ruining your quality of life. Luckily, there's an incredibly simple 4-step process you can follow to never feel stressed again. And it's the exact process I helped one of the entrepreneurs working with us at selfmastery.co to implement to help them destroy their stress and add over $15,000 a month to their business. So in this video, I'm going to show you what those 4 steps are and how to use them to blow up both your business and quality of life. So to start, let me show you step 1. This is where a lot of entrepreneurs go wrong, even the best, and without following this step, you will be stressed. It's not a might, it's not a maybe. You will be. But luckily, it's super simple to implement, so let me show you what it is. Imagine you were walking through a forest trying to get to the other side. Now, in the forest, everything looks important. Every tree, trail, and turn seems like it could lead you somewhere. But as you walk, you're constantly second-guessing your path, unsure if you're getting closer to your destination or wandering in circles. You spend energy and time exploring every direction, but the uncertainty about which way will actually lead you out creates stress and frustration, which makes it even harder for you to think clearly and figure out what the right path is. And you end up stuck in the middle of the forest, stressed with no idea how to make progress. And the exact same thing is happening to you in your business, but you can fix it. You see, when you think about business, what are you doing? You're getting customers or clients, and then you're giving those clients what you promised you would give them. That is literally all a business does. Everything else you do in your business is a path that leads you round in circles back to where you are now. And obviously, you want to find the path that brings you to your goals, which means you only need to find the paths that help you get customers and get those customers results, which we can break down into 3 tasks. 1, getting traffic. 2, closing clients. 3, fulfilling clients. This is why so many entrepreneurs never make progress and spend their entire day stressed, feeling like they haven't done enough. If you haven't created clarity on what those 3 tasks look like for your business, you'll spend most of your days doing every other task but the ones that matter, and so you'll have this overwhelming sense of macro stress, as if you don't know what to do. Well, because you don't. It's like walking every path of the forest but the one that gets you out. So take 10 minutes and get clear on what these 3 tasks are for you and your business. How do you generate traffic? Is it ads, content, or outreach? How do you close clients? Is it a sales page in the DMs or a sales call? How do you fulfill clients? Do you send them a physical product? Do you hop on a coaching call or write their copy? These are quite literally the only things you need to focus on every day. Anything else is a nice to have, a nice to do. But you can take this to another level. So let me show you step 2. And this will make sure you go through every single day without an ounce of stress. And to explain it, I'm going to use this glass. Imagine the volume of water in this glass represents your stress. The more water there is, the more stressed you feel. Well, as you go through your day, you have certain tasks you need to do. Some admin tasks, some nice to do tasks, and your important tasks from step 1. And as time goes on through the day, the water keeps getting added to this glass. The question is, how can we stop the water from adding up? Well, it's pretty simple. You only do the tasks that actually grow your business. Because think about what stress is. It's a form of anxiety caused by a threat. And the biggest threat to your business is it not growing. So in order to reduce this anxiety, you should only focus on tasks that grow your business. Because if you only focus on your important tasks that actually get results and ignore everything else that just waste your time, you're attacking the threat at the root, and all those other things that just stress you out don't even get a chance to fill up your glass. So if you want to spend your days growing your business stress-free, does it make sense to let your glass fill up with water and let your stress build and build and build, and then at the end of the day, maybe do your important tasks if you still have the energy and empty the glass of stress then? Or does it make more sense to start your day by doing your most important tasks so that you can turn off the damn source of water and not even let the stress build up in the first place? Look, it's easy to avoid the tasks that matter for your business because they've got a weight to them. They're hard and challenging, but the longer you avoid them, the more water you allow to be poured into the glass and the more stressed you'll feel. So start your damn day by turning off the water and doing your most important tasks first. And that brings us to step 3. So let me show you how you can use this method to take control of your neurobiology and make growing your business stress-free. But before I show you, for any of it to make sense, you need to understand the power of a certain chemical. So imagine you had a chemical that when its levels increased, your mood improved, your focus skyrocketed, and you were more willing to do whatever it took to get more of that chemical. If you imagine your body to have a natural level of this chemical that's always in your system, when that level increases, your mood, focus, and ease of effort increase. and when it decreases, your mood, focus and ease of effort fade away. So for example, every time you sit down to work on a hard but meaningful task, your brain will find pleasure in the work and in the effort, so it will increase the levels of that chemical by say 5 units. Now, when you wake up in the morning, this chemical is at your natural base level. And so if you get out of bed and the first thing you do is start working, the level increases. And so you both enjoy doing the work and find it easy to focus on. But what if before you started working, you did something that caused that chemical to increase by say 10 units? Well, when you sit down to work, that chemical will then fall to 5 units. But here's the problem. This chemical is addicting. So if you drop from 10 units to 5 units, your brain screams, "What the fuck, bro?" Because it's like an addict. And because it got a bigger fix, it will continue to want that level of stimulation. Meaning for the rest of your day, when you're working, when you're in the gym, when you're eating your lunch, your brain will always be looking for the thing that gave you the big fix. And so you struggle to focus. You're easily distracted and you can't get anything done because all your brain can think about is getting more of that chemical. And what does this create? It creates stress. You end up spending your entire day in a state of stress because all your brain wants is more. That chemical or neurotransmitter is dopamine. And the funny thing is, the vast majority of people ruin their dopamine levels every morning with just one habit. They wake up and force themselves to feel stressed all day because the first thing they do is grab their phone and start scrolling, spiking their dopamine to such an unreasonable level that nothing else can match it and everything else seems boring and unappealing. And when you finally sit down to work, you can't focus. And so what happens is you reach for your phone, meaning your important tasks don't get done because you're too busy procrastinating. And because your brain is screaming for a bigger fix and it's avoiding the work that matters, it creates a never-ending cycle of more and more stress. But let me show you how you can avoid this. All you have to do is create a rule that you're not allowed on your phone until after you've finished the 3 important tasks for your business. That might end up being at 9 AM or 12 PM. But it means that when you sit down to work, the first bit of dopamine you get is earned and is a reasonable amount, and so you'll find doing the work easier and more enjoyable, and your brain won't be stressed trying to get a bigger fix. I highly recommend you download the app Opal to set up timers that lock your phone during this period, because otherwise, let's be honest, you're not going to do this. Which brings us to step 4. This is what has really changed the game for my clients at selfmastery.co and has allowed them to close $1 million deals and make more progress in 90 days than they previously made in a whole year without an ounce of stress. And for me to show you how it works, I need you to imagine a thermostat. If you're sitting on the couch in your living room and it's too warm, you'll get up and change the thermostat, and within a few minutes the room will be cooler. Now, the bigger the difference between the temperature the room is and the temperature you want it to be, the longer it'll take for that temperature to be reached. What most people don't realize is that this is just like your business and your goals. You see, a thermostat, just like your goals, is a series of systems. The input is the difference between your selected temperature and the room temperature. The process is the thermostat cooling the room, however it does that through the AC, through the boiler, whatever it does. And the output is the room reaching your chosen temperature. And the more the thermostat has to cool the room, the longer it takes for the output to be reached. With your goals, from a systems perspective, the input is where you are now. The process is you doing the work, and the output is you getting to where you want to go. And the bigger the difference between where you are now and where you want to go, the longer it's going to take and the more work it will require to get there. Now, how does this actually help you? Well, a problem with humans is that we want everything now. But the world doesn't work like that now. We all know it, but we still want everything now. And so as an entrepreneur, when you see people 10 years younger than you, 20 years younger than you, making $10 million online, you feel like you're behind and that you should be doing better, creating this overwhelming sense of stress. But once you realize that everything is a system, including your goals, this disappears. Because the magic of systems is that you can get any output you want. And I really truly mean this. You can get any output you want if you have the right inputs, okay? If you have the right inputs and processes, you can achieve any output. So with your goal, you can break it down into 2 systems. The first would have the input as where you are now, the process as the work, and the output as where you want to go, which we covered. The second would have the input as the work, the process as time, and the output as where you want to go. So with that, if you literally just do the input, the right work, which you identified in step 1, you stick at it, it's literally impossible not to achieve your goals given enough time. Systems are undeniable and irrefutable. If you do the right input, you will get the right output. You cannot deny this, okay? There is no way to beat this. If you're not getting the output you want, it's because you're not doing the right input. And if you want a different output, you just need to do a different input. And now once this clicks inside your mind, your life and business will get so much easier for you, because here's the thing. Real change does not come from strategies or tactics or tricks or hacks. Real change comes from changing the paradigm through which you view the world. Real change comes from viewing the beliefs you have about yourself and how you understand how the world works, okay? Because your actions are dictated by your beliefs. So if you can change your paradigm, your beliefs along the bottom, you can change your actions, which will change your results. Real change comes from changing the perspective you have around the world, and that is what this does. Once you understand this, you have changed your paradigm. Therefore, you change the actions you take and everything gets so much easier. You will realize that your success and achievement of your goals is inevitable, so long as you do the right inputs for a long enough period of time. And that'll completely destroy your stress, okay? Because you trust the process. This is the definition of trusting the process, and this is how you do it, okay? You understand everything operates under the form of the universal law of systems. And if you just do the right input, you will get the right output. Therefore, you'll be less stressed because you're trusting the process. And when you're less stressed, you can think more clearly, meaning you can make better decisions and take better actions, improving the rate at which you achieve your goals. But you have to truly, undeniably believe and understand this. It has to be so deeply ingrained inside your mind as the way the universe works. And to help with that, there's a book called Thinking in Systems by Donella Meadows. I highly recommend you read it. It's one of the few books that, you know the way people make YouTube videos about this book changed my life, and you know when they show you Atomic Habits or something. This book genuinely changed my life because it changed the paradigm I have around the world, and it helped me actually see how literally everything is a system. And therefore I can trust the process, and therefore I can accurately adjust the inputs to get the outputs I want. Okay, read this book. It will literally genuinely change your life. And I'm not just saying that, I genuinely mean it. It will completely change your life. But of course, this idea of system still requires you to do the right input of doing the work needed for your goals. And to make sure you do that work as productively as possible and make as much progress as possible, watch this video here.